Okay, hi class. We meet again in our English class. For now, we are going to study about have, has, don't have, doesn't have. What's that? Okay, let's watch the video and try to understand very well.
Has, have. The word has is used with one noun in the naming part of a sentence. Look at these pictures. Nikki is at the beach. Ricky is at the beach too. Nikki has a shell. Ricky has many shells. We also use has with pronouns she, he, and it. She has a shell. He has a flag. It has stripes on it. The word have is used with more than one noun in the naming part of a sentence. Now look at this picture. Jack and Jill are playing on the beach. What do Jack and Jill have with them? Jack and Jill have paper boats, bats, buckets, ball, flag, and mat. We also use have with pronouns they, you, we, and I. For example, they have a beach ball. You have a frisbee. I have a rake and spade. We have sand buckets.
Okay, students, I think that all of you have understood about it. Okay, have and has. What's that? Okay, the word have here is used for the subject I, you, we, they, you and I, my sisters, my friends, the students, my sister and I. So the word have is used for the subject I, you, we, they, and the people that more than one or plural. Okay, if the people more than one, we have to use have. So I have a cat. You have a new book. We have good school. They have. You and I have. My sisters have. My friends have. Examples. My friends have good scores in tests. The students have clean class. My sister and I have a kind parent. Do you get it? Yes, I'm sure you understand about it. Next, what about has? Look at the subject. He, she, it, Tony, my father, Rina, my mother, the cat, mouse. Those subjects have to use has. He has, she has, it has, Tony has, or for the people, only one people. That one. So my father has. My father has a new car. Rina has a new friend. Okay, do you get it? The cat has a long tail. Understand about it? Yes. Okay. How about the next? Doesn't have, don't have. Let's watch the next video.
everybody. In this video, we're going to learn negatives with have and has. Now this is also pretty easy. You just have to remember everything that I wrote. Okay, so let's take a look at the board. Okay, first, for I, we use I don't have. Remember, don't is a contraction for do not. I don't have. For he, she, and it, we use doesn't have. Doesn't is a contraction for does not. He doesn't have. She doesn't have. It doesn't have. Now on the bottom, for you, we, they, it's the same as I. We use don't have. You don't have. We don't have. And they don't have. So let's look at these pictures. Remember, we have a rabbit and a carrot. So we said, it has a carrot. Okay, but we're doing negatives. So we have to say, it doesn't have a cake. It doesn't have a cake. Okay, now here we have the ants and an apple. So we said, they have an apple. Okay, but for this banana here, we have to say, they don't have a banana. They don't have a banana. Okay, let's move on to some more practice. Okay, now let's try this practice with the negatives doesn't have and don't have together. Now this is a little easy because we know that the second word is have. All you have to think is, should we use doesn't or don't? Okay, so I'm just gonna put have here first. Okay, she, blank, have short hair. Should we use don't or doesn't? If you remember, for she, we use doesn't. She doesn't have short hair. Okay, and again, I'm gonna put have first. This is easy. He and she, we both use doesn't. He doesn't have an umbrella. Okay, how about for I? I doesn't have or I don't have? The correct answer is don't. I don't have a wife. People. Remember, if we have more than one person, animal, or thing, we have to think of they. For they, do we use don't or doesn't? Do you remember? The correct answer is don't. People don't have manners. Okay, next. We. We, blank, have money. Should we put doesn't or don't? The correct answer is don't. We don't have money. Okay, and the last one, a snake. A snake is an animal. What do we use for an animal? It. It. What should we put here? It doesn't have legs. Okay, so that was our practice for the negatives don't have and doesn't have. I hope you understand, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Okay, students, I think that all of you have understood about it. Okay, now let's discuss about it. Don't have, doesn't have. This is as the negative form of have or has. But remember, in the negative one, we don't have to use has anymore. But what we have to use is only have. So, don't have, doesn't have. Okay, just remember that I have, you have, we have. To make it negative, you make You have to make I don't have, you don't have. Okay? So you and I have. For the negative one, you and I don't have. My sisters have. The negative one is my sisters don't have. Get it? Okay, just an example. The students don't have the students don't have bad score. My sister and I don't have a new laptop. Get it? Okay. For the negative one, I have. And then for the negative one, I don't have. For the positive one, I have. Okay, for the positive you have. For the negative one, you don't have. Get it? Okay, how about he, she, it, Tony, my father, Rina, my mother, the cat, the mouse? Just remember that those subjects use has for the positive one, and then to make negative, has become have, and then you have to add with the word doesn't. Okay, he has for positive one. For the negative one, we have to make it he doesn't have. Okay, she has become she doesn't have. Okay, he has a cat, but she doesn't have a cat. Get it? It doesn't have. Tony doesn't have. My father doesn't have. Rina doesn't have. Example, Rina doesn't have a bad score. Okay? My mother doesn't have. The cat doesn't have. The cat doesn't have short tail. Get it? So for the negative one, don't use has anymore, but you have to use doesn't have. Okay, remember, he doesn't have, she doesn't have, it doesn't have, Tony doesn't have. Get it? Yes, I'm sure that all of you have understood about it. Okay, that's all for today. And then for the quote today is, there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Okay? Thank you and see you.